The major 2 qualifiers are done. It is set in stone, and we have the second major of the year coming up shortly in Minnesota. But I want to talk about something. I want to talk about the match that everyone was waiting for, the marquee matchup, OpTic versus FaZe, the 2 best teams in the game. Now, look, I already know before you guys say in the comments, Simp couldn't play. I know that. But this was still a very important matchup for OpTic. And so I'm going to break down a little bit of the series and just show you things that OpTic is doing not only as a team, but individually, and why they are currently the best team in the game. Getting right into the first clip, guys, the Atlanta FaZe start out on fire. Pristini currently is 7-1. RC's is 5-0. On the side of OpTic, you have Shotzzy 0-5. None of them are positive, and they're down 43-7. Now, this may seem like a very basic play, which it honestly is. But you'd be surprised at how many pro teams in the CDL right now still just can't fathom this thought process. So as you can see, it is the boat hill, okay? It is boat hill, and right now, there's 42 seconds left on the clock.
Our first hill and a half. Back and forth we go. 45.
Now, look at number 1, which is Dashy, okay? He knows the most important thing, especially on a map like Gavutu, with how easy it is to chain hills, how easy it is to get a lot of time on these hills, is he knows he needs to rotate. He could just head bash into this P1, right? There's still 35 seconds left on this hill. But instead, he knows that I need to not only pick up the most important cut, I need to do it fast. Because he's expecting FaZe, which in this situation is going to be RCDs, okay, number 6. He knows someone is going to be rotating here because FaZe needs to flip OpTic out going into this next hill, this P3 hill. As you could see, he does it, and now not only did he win a huge gunfight, but even if he would have lost that gunfight, the fact that he was there is the only thing that matters. But even if he died right there, guys, which is what a lot of new COD players don't understand, he slows RCDs down, he slows FaZe down a little bit, and he gives them info. If he would have just head bashed, they might have been, you know, in the comms asking each other, hey, did someone get through? Like, someone might have got through, maybe. And RCs could have been anywhere. He could have been high, you know, like, there's way too many factors that go into looking for a player. You need to get to your spots, and you need to not allow a play to even happen. And you can see it right here, because Dashy dies seconds later. He obviously gets the info, and then look, Scump comes up off spawn while OpTic is slowly getting some of this time. They're just not all giving it up, but now Scump knows, okay, I need to look for a BZ. And same with Dashy off spawn.
And they have ring control. OpTic need to try to fight out the back.
And there you go. OpTic successfully chipped away the lead a little bit. Okay, not really, but it doesn't matter because they didn't let it get out of hand. If they would have head bashed, yeah, maybe they would have won the gunfights and got a little bit majority of that P1, but they would have put themselves in a horrible spot and on the back foot if someone on Atlanta FaZe got through and just made their lives a living hell, right? You're trying to look for this guy, you got trees, you got tanks, you got rocks everywhere. They keep the game within reach because FaZe could, if FaZe would have flipped them out, FaZe could have jumped off to a massive lead. Also, if y'all didn't watch my last video, I just gave y'all finger guns with the nub. I'm going to say it again. Use my sub button as an agree button if you think OpTic's going to go back-to-back and they're going to win the major in Minnesota, okay? So, I don't know how many of y'all, I think it was only like 700 people thought that they were going to do it last time. So, I'm thinking there's got to be more. And even with Shotzzy being 6-20 right now, I love that he does not change up his game plan, no matter what. Even if it's not going well for him, he doesn't stray away from it. So Shotzzy plays the most important cut for OpTic. Because if the Atlanta FaZe team goes beach, those are damn near impossible gunfights. You got a world star. All right. Normally, if you're going to break for Atlanta FaZe, they're going to do it from the mid steps. But just watch how annoying Shotzzy plays. So he gets that first kill. And then he's not just running like an idiot, all right? Because when he gets that kill, he knows that he's being called out from Atlanta FaZe. So he switches positions, okay? Tries to get another kill. Doesn't see, he gets COD timing, doesn't see a BZ. but he's trying to pinch. He's trying to pinch because he does want to flip this spawn. They want to be spawning where Atlanta FaZe is right now. Now, sure, they have time. They don't need to do it on this hill, but if you have an opening, you take it. And what he's doing is making Atlanta FaZe worried about him. So not only is he relieving pressure, he's thinking ahead, but more importantly, he is just making time not important to Atlanta FaZe because they are worried about him. And you can hear that in the comms, right? And you can see in the minimap, obviously, Shotzzy does get taken out by Pristini, but they're worried about him. That's the only thing that's on their mind right now. And so it's just a great nuisance play out of Shotzzy. Great play. Helped the team a lot, obviously, because now they're mounting this comeback, and he's 7-21. Right here, just another great pickup by Shotzzy. He knows that RCDs, well, he doesn't know it's going to be RCDs, but someone on FaZe is going to be trying to take a route to flip them out. Huge one-on-one gunfight, even though he's been playing poor up until this point in the game, statistically. And then, not only does he get that kill, which helps them out, he doesn't just sit around ring. He keeps the pressure on him because he knows, especially since his teammates got kills, he knows the timing. All right, he knows FaZe is going to spawn right there, and he's not just going to sit in ring. He wants to be pushed up as far as he possibly can, right? And I know on the mini map you can't tell exactly like his position, but he's probably playing like a rat somewhere to get a free kill to just make it seem like Atlanta FaZe is not only spawning so far away, but they have to do so much to even get up to a power position to even attempt to break the hill. This is the nail in the coffin. Scump's having a fantastic game, but he's also number 4. He is still alive here in this boat by Old Hill in a power position where he can just be annoying. Because Atlanta FaZe is going to be spawning in this left part of the map, okay? He can watch the whole cross, get info, possibly get a kill. But this is what also can happen when you're playing it as well as Scump was. So he's obviously, you know, trying to look for some sort of opening. He's trying to see if someone got by. He gets bad COD timing, right? He kills a BZ off spawn, which it helps. So a BZ doesn't even have a chance. It's literally just RCDs. He's not going to be able to do much trying to break that hill by himself. And who's number 8? Pristini going over in this lower bow area. And you see Scump pushing up now. Because of how the Vanguard spawns work, it flips the spawns. So technically, because Scump is here, he's at like the 50-yard mark, and Shotzzy is where he is. Okay, when Scump kills number 7 and RCDs goes down as well, they are now more on the left side of the map than FaZe because Pristini's here, even though it's by a slim margin. So it flips out the Atlanta FaZe, and that's the dagger. There's 30 seconds left. Even though he dies, they're going to have to try and fight for the 25 seconds, which they're not, you know, even if they get an easy break, it's not going to come, and they're not going to get that full 30 seconds, 25 seconds, whatever it is. And now they're spawning out. Fast forwarding, as you can see, OpTic literally win on that hill. And for the first half of that map, they were getting outplayed tremendously. I mean, they win that map. Scump goes off 27-16, Illy 25-16, Shotzzy 13-25 on the scoreboard. All right, Dashy brought it back. He's got damn near 2 minutes in hill, 17-15. But it doesn't matter, okay? They flipped the switch. They started playing fundamental, okay? It seemed like in the beginning, they were kind of getting caught off guard. FaZe was starting out very hot. But they started playing way more fundamentally. All right, they took a breather, and they started focusing on the bigger picture. They weren't just so live and die by one hill. They turned it around completely. It was a complete 180 from the first rotation to the second. Moving on to the S&D, FaZe started out hot again as well. They went up 2-0. And this first clip is just going to be great individual plays out of Shotzzy. Shotzzy is the playmaker for this OpTic team. Shotzzy loves playing on an island in the beginning of S&D rounds. Okay? So he plays in this corner, little ratty corner. It's honestly pretty predictable. It is. But you got to try it, because if the other team doesn't check it, okay, it could be a free kill. But his goal, his mindset right here is I need to at least get one. That's why he's not just trying to bust through the door. So not only does he know that he needs to get one and get info, he needs to do everything he can to get multiple, right? To get one and play his life. And just watch what he does. So they're looking for Shotzzy. Honestly, not a horrible play out of FaZe. I thought after they broke that down, that was going to be a fake, and then Shellium was going to be watching the right side. But he's not. So maybe a little bit of a miscue out of Atlanta FaZe. Shotzzy gets his one, but instead of just being overly aggressive, right, like a lot of new players do, he doesn't just throw his life away. Instead, he slides across and doubles down on the rattiness. You got to love a double down on the rattiness. Okay, he's not challenging. There's two Atlanta FaZe players here. He could have tried to slide cancel and just get another gunfight. If he wins, he wins. If not, not. Look, he is making Atlanta FaZe work for their kill. Not only is he giving OpTic time, he is making it so annoying for Atlanta FaZe to get him. And he gets another kill. He gets two. So that's everything. He gets two, gives time for Dashy to get over. Now they know bomb is down. I can't gas Shotzzy up enough. The kid is just, he's special, man. And not only is he special, he's a very smart Call of Duty player. People like to, you know, not make fun of him, but poke fun that he might not be the brightest. But when it comes to this Call of Duty shit, man, he's a savant. I'm gonna tell you that. He's a savant. And just like I said, Shotzzy likes playing on an island. Illy does too. And this is just a bonus. This is just a bonus. It's 2-2 right now. OpTic cleaned up those last two rounds very easily. Illy on an island, and he's a very talented individual, man. He does what he needs to do. Not only does he get one, he gets two. Does a great job playing his life as long as he can. But the first two kills are crucial. Crucial. If you get one and you die, it's not the worst. It's not the end all be all. But you get that two piece, and it changes the complete momentum of that round. Pristini, though, huge shots. Sheesh. But it's still 2-on-1. And then, as you're going to see, Dashy, you know, he was trying to play patient, waiting to see if he could catch Pristini after he got that kill, because he got the kill you, so he was seeing if he would come to church. OpTic group up. Dashy and Illy are running towards each other. And then, of course, Shotzzy checks the bomb. But look how close they are. Look how close they are to each other. They make it so they're going to be able to trade. And they're not just sprinting like idiots, okay? They're playing it very methodically how they're moving around the map. It doesn't matter if it's a 4v4, a 3v3, a 2v1, a 2v0. Well, 2v0 wouldn't make any sense, but you know what I'm saying. Huge round for OpTic right here. This is to go up 5-3. Now, I did say the spawns switch a little bit, right? So now it kind of favors defense, at least from what I've been watching. And OpTic, I don't know if they did this because Pristini was in. And Pristini is very aggressive. He's more aggressive than Simp. And they figured, okay, they probably aren't going to have any like set in stone strats. Pristini might be trying to go for that blood, maybe him and a BZ. So they play it very patiently. Now, also, offense is a lot harder. It's not as easy to just go plant A freely. But I love it. And Atlanta FaZe falls right into their trap. They switch up the tempo. They slow it down. Great start for Shotzzy. And you'll see, Atlanta FaZe gets antsy. And they run, literally, look at what I just said. It's almost like I watched this clip before, but Pristini and Abizi both trying to get aggressive somewhere. Shut down 4v2 textbook. I blinked and it's 5-5 now instead of 5-3. But this is the ice out of OpTic. Like I said, it favors defense more, but I love how OpTic played this. You have Illy and Scump. Okay, they're over here. They are contesting A, I guess you could say. Shotzzy is on an island. Shotzzy is their playmaker. Doesn't matter if it's respawn or S&D. He is their playmaker. So they don't want to get overwhelmed with nades, with stuns, okay, and die, because Shotzzy is making this play. Now watch what Shotzzy does. He slow plays it for a second. They back up. They're not just running away, okay? They need to hold some sort of control, but they don't want to be too far pushed up to where they can get caught out in the open, you know, get picked, whatnot. And Shotzzy's on this island, just waiting for his COD timing, waiting for the moment, whether someone dies, whether he gets info where, hey, there's X amount of people here.
Go for this.
And watch how OpTic play. Shotzzy gets COD timing. You got to love it, but he's their playmaker. This is something when superstars call game, they call game. But because he's doing that, everyone else on OpTic, they're not trying to get them off of A. Like, FaZe could have been playing the bomb here. They're just playing around their spawn together. As you could see, Illy hits great shots on Pristini, but they're playing a very controlled game of S&D in this round. So not only does Illy get the first blood, Shotzzy gets through because, like I said, he's trying to call game, turns into a 4v2, and that's that. Atlanta FaZe honestly played this S&D pretty solid for the most part because OpTic's very good. And I know Pristini is no slouch, but with a fill-in, with a sub, they still played it very well. OpTic, they just do what they need to do, though. Doesn't matter what game mode. We're seeing a very consistent OpTic. Lando is in my damn ear. A very consistent OpTic, and it's an OpTic that we haven't seen like in a very long time, since the beginning of the OpTic dynasty, I'd say. Now, control is different as well, okay? Because it used to be kills deciding who gets defense last round, but now it is control ticks. So as you can see, if you are, you know, kind of a noob, a little amateur, there's 3 ticks. 1, 2, 3. And so basically whoever gets more ticks, if it does go to that round 5, gets defense. But I love how OpTic play this, because so many teams, what they do is they try and play for A on the bottom part of this one on offense and push through. Now, is it a bad play? I don't think it's horrible, but OpTic does such a good job. You're going to see in a second. They're focusing on getting ring control before they fully cap A, because this is honestly probably the most important area of the map if you want to get B. Now, OpTic gets shut down. They do. But I don't see many teams attempt this. They all try to flood through. Because if you get ring control, it sets you up to then even make a play for B. If you don't have ring control and you get through, yeah, you can get kills. But they're basically trying to multitask, and they're doing 2 things at once, where other teams right now in control, they're so just focused in on gotta cap A, gotta control around this bottom part of the map. Maybe that's because it was based on kills who got defense, so they would just try and say fuck B. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. But even though it doesn't work, I still love the attempt. And here we go again. Shotzzy, the playmaker. OpTic do a 3-1 split essentially. Okay, and basically what that is, you're gonna see it right here on the mini map. Shotzzy number 3, he is making a play, taking a route. Okay, they already capped A. It's 18-17. There's still a minute 14 left on the clock. OpTic know that they need ring control. So they want to cap B. Okay, need ring control before you do anything. Most important thing, that's goal number 1. Get ring control. But they are not just trying to force it down FaZe's throat. They are playing very patiently, trying to get an opening. So Scump goes down. Dashy gets the trade. Illy gets a kill as well. Okay, but now watch Shotzzy make the play. So Shotzzy knows he got through here. He's trying to see if there was anyone mid-map. He knows OpTic got 2 kills. So he knows that there are players on spawn. And OpTic let Shotzzy make the play right here. So not only do they do step number 1, where they get ring control, which you need if you want to cap B on offense, Shotzzy's behind the enemy lines. And he's going to get a freebie right here on Celium. And it opens the floodgates for OpTic to cap this point. He almost gets a crazy 2-piece, but it opens everything up. And that's because they are so in sync with one another. They understand when they need to be fast and when they need to be slow and let someone else make the play on the team. It is chef's kiss. And down to the end of this round and game. This is just something I wanted to add in on there because I didn't even know. I know you could wallbang this, but Illy goes massive right here because off spawn. Well, not only did Shotzzy win a big gunfight on Pristini, because they only have 4 lives left. Yeah, there's 4 seconds, but if these 2 guys die, it's basically all GG. Even if one of them do. So Shotzi was a huge gunfight, but I knew you could wall bang. And I know Celium might have been a little weak from a nade, but I don't know. It looks like Illy had like a legit wall bang spot. I could be wrong. Because even if he was weak, which he was to the nade, you don't get wall bang like that. Like, he must have been lighting him up. There might be a spot that I don't know about. So that's just a little cherry on top. But like I said, guys, I know that Simp wasn't playing. Pristini played very well, though. Like, Pristini played solid for the situation at hand. But this was just a big win for OpTic. To keep the momentum, to go undefeated in Major 2, well, in the qualifiers, okay? And just prove to not only themselves, but everybody, like, hey, we know we're currently the best team in the game, but we're not letting up off the gas. Okay, we want to win every single major this year. So that's my breakdown of how they pretty much handled the Atlanta FaZe, and just how OpTic can flip the switch at any moment, which is a great quality to basically every great team that's ever played Call of Duty.